In this video, you will learn how to create a free in-grade school account, including uploading your student roster, creating student and parent accounts, adding your teachers to the school, creating classes, and enrolling new students in classes. To create a new administrator account, click Free Gradebook at the top right of the in-grade homepage. In the pop-up window, select the School Administrator tile. Enter your first name, last name, email address, and phone number into the form. You will also need to create a username and password for your account. Review InGrade's terms of service and check the box to agree. Then, click the blue Create My Account button to create your new administrator account. On the Create New School page, enter the name of your school, your role at the school, and the approximate number of teachers and students at your school. Click the Next button. You may create new teacher accounts now or do it after you have created your school. We will create teacher accounts later. Click Skip this step. You may also choose to upload a logo for your school account. Click Choose File to locate your logo image. If you would prefer not to upload a logo at this time, click Skip this step. Click Upload Logo. Once your school has been created, you will need to set up at least one grading period. A grading period is a segment of time used to organize classes. For example, a grading period can represent a school year, a semester, a quarter, or any other term your school may use. Select Grading Periods in the left sidebar. Click the Create Grading Period button at the top of the page. In the pop-up window, select the appropriate school year for your grading period. Select the desired numerical grading period. For example, if you're creating a grading period for your first quarter, you would select 1 from the drop-down menu. Then select the appropriate start date and end date for your term. Click the Create Grading Period button to create your new grading period. To add students to your school roster, select Students on the left sidebar. Hover over the Add Students button and select Upload Roster CSV to upload many students at once. Click Download a CSV template here to initiate a download of the required template file. Enter each student's information onto a separate row of the CSV file, ensuring you do not modify or delete any information in the column headers. It is not necessary to fill in all of the cells. Only the student ID number, first name, and last name columns are required. Save the file to your computer as a CSV. If you're using a Mac computer, you will need to be sure you save the file as a Windows formatted CSV. Navigate back to the roster upload page and select Browse. Locate your saved file and click Upload CSV to upload the students. On the following page, you will see your CSV information loaded into a grid. Review each student's information for correctness, ensuring the correct data is displayed in each column. If you notice any errors, click No, Cancel to correct the errors in your CSV file. Resave the file to your computer and upload the revised roster. If everything is correct, click Yes, Add Students. Alternatively, you can add students to the school roster individually on the Students page by hovering over Add Students and selecting Add Student from the drop-down menu. In the pop-up window, enter the student's information, including at least the student's ID number, first name, and last name. Click the Add Student button to add the student to your school roster. After you have added students to your school, you may choose to create nGrade student accounts for those students so that they may view their classes online. From the Students page, hover over the Options button and select Create Student Accounts from the drop-down menu. On the following page, you will see a list of all the student names that do not currently have nGrade student accounts. To create an account for each student, enter the appropriate email address into the box to the right of the student's name. If the student does not have an email address, you can leave the field blank and an account will be created. However, student accounts created without email addresses will not receive an email with their login information sent to them. Click the Submit button at the bottom of the page to create the accounts. If you would like to create parent accounts for students, select Students in the left sidebar. Hover over the gear icon to the right of a student's name and select Accounts from the drop-down menu. In the pop-up window, click Create New Account to create a parent account for the selected student. Enter the parent's name, email address, and phone number. The username and password will be automatically generated, but you can modify either of these if desired. Select Parent/Guardian as the account type. Click the Create Account button to create the parent account. You will repeat this process for each student for whom you would like to create parent accounts. Alternatively, if you would prefer that students and parents create their own accounts, you can print access codes to distribute to students and parents. On the Students page, hover over the Options button and select Print Access Codes from the drop-down menu. Students and parents can use their access code to independently create student or parent accounts on nGrade. To create new nGrade teacher accounts for your instructors, select Teachers in the left sidebar. Click the Create New Teachers button. On the following page, enter each teacher's name and his or her email address. Click the Submit button at the bottom of the page to create the new teacher accounts. If your teachers have already been using nGrade, they can link their existing nGrade accounts to your new school account. At the bottom of the Teachers page, you can find your school's secret teacher code. Provide this code to your teachers and they can add their existing accounts, including all their students, classes, and grades, to your new school account. To create new nGrade administrator accounts for your other school administrators, select Admins in the left sidebar. Click the Create New Admin button. On the following page, enter the administrator's name, position, email address, desired username, and password. Click the Submit button to create the administrator account. You may need to change the permission level for some administrators at your school. To the right of the administrator's name, click Edit. On the following page, from the Permissions drop-down menu, select View Only. This option prevents that administrator from making any changes to the account. They may only view the account. Click Save to save your changes. To create classes at your school, select Classes in the left sidebar. Hover over the Create New Class button and select Create Multiple Classes to create many classes at once. Select the appropriate school year and grading period from the top of the page. For each class you would like to create, enter the class's name, grade level, subject area, and teacher. Click the Submit button at the bottom of the page to create the classes. Alternatively, you can add classes to the school individually on the Classes page by hovering over the Create New Class button and selecting Create One Class from the drop-down menu. On the following page, select the appropriate school year and grading period. Enter the class's name and choose the desired grade level, subject area, and teacher. Click the Submit button to create the class. Once classes have been added to the school, administrators and teachers may add students to the class rosters. Select Classes in the left sidebar. Hover over the gear icon to the right of the class for which you would like to add students, and select Edit Roster from the drop-down menu. Then click the Edit Roster button. In the pop-up window, you can add a student from the school's roster in the left column to the class roster in the right column. If you cannot find the student you are looking for in the school roster list, type the student's name in the search box at the bottom left. Once you have located the student in the school roster column, click directly on the student's name. This will move the student to the class roster column. Repeat this process for each student you would like to add to the selected class's roster. If you need to remove a student from the class roster, find the student's name in the class roster column and click the red X to the right of his or her name. In the pop-up window, click OK to remove the student from the class. When you are finished modifying the class roster, click the Save Roster button to save your changes.